escaped. The city of Lagos paused with life as evening settled in, but David's world had narrowed to one thought: escape. Every corner, every shadow felt like a potential trap as he darted through crowded streets, his heart pounding like a drumbeat in his chest. Kola's men were after him, and he knew they wouldn't stop until he was caught or dead. He had crossed the line by betraying Kola, the most feared kingpin in the city, and there was no going back. David hadn't always been an enemy. For years, he'd worked as Kola's right-hand man, managing his operations and helping him evade the law. But everything changed the day he discovered Kola's latest shipment, crates of illegal arms hidden under the guise of imported goods. Realizing the danger this posed to the community, David's conscience stirred, and he gathered evidence, planning to expose Kola's empire. Unfortunately, his plan didn't stay hidden long. Kola's men intercepted his files, and now David was a marked man. Ducking into a side alley, David paused to catch his breath, his gaze shifting to the shadows. He had reached out to Amina, a former colleague and trusted friend, who had agreed to help him escape. She was waiting at a predetermined location with a vehicle, ready to get him out of the city. But just as he was about to make a move, headlights flooded the alley. A black SUV screeched to a halt, and 3 of Kola's men jumped out, their guns trained on him. Thinking fast, David grabbed a nearby trash can, throwing it toward them as he sprinted down another path. Shouts echoed behind him, along with the sound of footsteps closing in. His lungs burned, his legs ached, but adrenaline pushed him forward, deeper into the chaos of the night market. Vendors called out, and the smells of street food mixed with the tension in the air, masking David's hurried steps as he maneuvered through the dense crowd. Finally, he spotted Amina at the edge of the market. She sat on a motorcycle, her face set with determination. David ran to her, barely throwing his leg over the seat before she hit the gas, sending them speeding down the narrow lanes. They wove through alleyways and side streets, Kola's men trailing close behind, their shouts growing louder with every turn. David looked back, catching a glimpse of Kola's men pushing through the crowd, their intent deadly. After what felt like an eternity, they reached the outskirts of Lagos, where an old, abandoned airstrip lay. A small, single-engine plane waited, its engine humming, ready to whisk David away from the danger that clung to him. But as they approached, another SUV roared onto the scene, cutting off their path. Bullets tore through the air, forcing David and Amina to take cover. Amina, armed and fearless, fired back, buying them precious seconds. "Go, David," she yelled, her voice filled with urgency. David hesitated, his loyalty pulling him in 2 directions. But Amina's fierce gaze left no room for argument. Heart heavy, he ran to the plane, clambering inside and shouting to the pilot. As the plane began to move, he caught one last look at Amina standing her ground, her figure small yet defiant in the distance. The plane lifted into the night, and the sounds of gunfire faded. High above the city, David clutched the evidence in his hands. He had managed to escape, but at a cost. The lives of those who had helped him, especially Amina, hung heavy on his heart. As the lights of Lagos disappeared beneath him, David vowed to finish what he started, to bring justice for the lives Kola had destroyed. David's escape wasn't just about survival, it was the beginning of a new mission, one that would haunt him until the fight was won. Written and produced by CEO Media Generation Entertainment TV. Mr. Akinmosu Bakinson Babitunde. Thanks for watching.